Hey guys, welcome to your Wellness Wednesday. You're here with Chelsea Marie from chelseamariecoaching.com. I'm just going to head on over to my Facebook page and make sure that we are live and it is looking good. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, as I mentioned, I'm Chelsea Marie. I'm a board certified health coach and I help those who want to not just lose weight, but ultimately just take control of their health and their body and just feel amazing in their body. So today I'm going to give you guys 4 tips that will actually help you to upgrade your diet, but also to have more energy, improve your mood, and just to feel overall better in your body. But before I dive into those tips and I give you those, I just want to explain first how our brain and our mind actually work. Hey Beth, thanks for joining. All right, so when it comes to our mind, our brain is actually always working in either one or two or both at the same time, but 2 different systems. So we have what's called our default system. So this is the part of our brain that is on autopilot. So think about when you were a child and you were being taught how to walk, when you were taught how to write, when you were transitioned from eating from baby foods to solid foods, being toilet trained, all of those things you were taught, and then you took all that data and that information and then you stored it in your brain. That information, that data was stored into the default part of your brain. So now, 20 years later or 10 years later, you don't have to think about how to write, how to eat, all those things. It's on autopilot. Your body just does it automatically. So that's the one part of your brain. And then you have the other part of your brain, which is the direct system. So this is when you are engaged in conversation, when you are consciously choosing what you're doing, what you're saying, and you're present. That is the other part of your brain. So when it comes to the default part of our brain, what's wild is that this part is actually running about 46.9% of the time. And our limiting beliefs, our limiting habits, our limiting thoughts are all embedded into this part of our brain. So if you have habits that you are wanting to change in your life, it is really important to understand how to upgrade and how to change that default part of your brain, because subconsciously, without even thinking about it, your body, your brain will just do them. So today I'm going to give you guys 4 tips that will help you in upgrading that part of your brain that is attached and that links to your healthy habits, your habits overall that you have in your life. So tip number 1 is to start your morning with hot water and lemon. So keep in mind that if you feel like you have a healthy diet, then this probably is not going to serve you. But if you feel like you are struggling, you need to get back on track, you have low energy, your diet is just, like I said, needing help, then this will absolutely help you. So starting your day with hot water and lemon before you have your coffee. I mean, if you want to do meditation, if you want to do yoga first, great. But what I mean is the first thing you have when you step foot into the kitchen before any coffee or food, have hot water and lemon. Now, the reason for this is because the warmth of the water actually helps to stimulate your lymphatic system. It gets your digestion going. It helps to cleanse and detoxify your liver, your kidneys, your blood, your gallbladder. And just think of a lemon. If you were to peel off the skin and cut it in half and then throw like that half chunk of lemon into your mouth, just the thought of it just like puckers up your lips, because the thought of how sour it is literally just invigorates and awakens every single nerve in your body. So if you want energy, if you want to feel awakened first thing in the morning, that is why hot water and lemon is really going to support you. If you still want to have your coffee, that is totally fine, but have it after your hot water and lemon. And then tip number 2 is to have your daily dose of water. So the whole point of this is at the end of the day, if you still want to have your wine, if you are having brownies or chocolate or whatever it is throughout the daytime, that's fine. The whole point here is not to cut anything out, but we are focusing on incorporating new habits. So that way, by the end of the day, if you do have your wine, for one, you're not going to feel as guilty, you won't be as dehydrated, you're at least going to have given your body the hot water and lemon, you will have given your body your daily dose of water so that you can flush out toxins, and that way you're actually focusing on giving your body as opposed to just consistently taking away. And then tip number 3 is to incorporate leafy greens or vegetables, specifically cucumber and celery, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, the reason for this is because your vegetables are jam-packed, loaded with minerals. Think of minerals as your Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi, your cell phone, your laptop, none of your devices will be able to go online. There'll be no YouTube, there'll be no Facebook, there'll be nothing, no information. So your minerals act as your Wi-Fi and connect communication from cell to cell all throughout your body. Your minerals play a huge role in breaking down your fats, your carbohydrates, your proteins, in creating stomach acid. Your hair, your skin, your nails, your hair and your nails are made of minerals. They also kill off parasites, fungus, yeast, all that kind of stuff. So just giving your body a good dose of minerals will just further support your body. It'll help improve your mood, your energy levels. You'll just be feeling overall better. Plus, all the fiber from your vegetables will really help to remove the toxic load from the other foods that are actually depleting your body. So once again, hot water, lemon, and then your daily dose of water, and then your vegetables for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, like I said, it could be simply cucumber, it could be celery, it could be avocado. It doesn't have to be a salad. It could just be one vegetable, and you just incorporate it into that meal. And then tip number 4 is to do 5 minutes of either yoga or a deep stretch. This could be in the morning, this could be before you go to bed. Now, when you do this, you're really going to want to pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to your breath, pay attention to what part of your body is feeling tight, what part of your body just needs some TLC, and then breathe through that so you can really bring oxygen into your cells, deliver more nutrients, and also just be really mindful with where your body is at so you can just tune in, check in with yourself, and see how things are going. So, like I said, the point of this is not to eliminate anything from your diet unless you are working with someone, a coach or someone who can really help you in creating a solid transition in your life. If you're doing it on your own, the easiest and most comfortable and most effective way to actually upgrade your habits is going to be focusing on just incorporating more into your diet and into your life rather than looking at what you can just strip out of your life. So what happens is the minute we start taking something out, our brain goes into a place where we are in a fight or flight mode, where we think of every single reason why, for one, it's not going to work out, because we don't like to feel like we are in lack. We like to feel, if anything, like we have more. It gives us a sense of feeling grounded and just safety overall. So adding in these habits, for one, are actually going to, after about 21 days, now everyone is different. This could be 2 weeks. For some people, it's a month. Some people, it's a month and a half. But after repeatedly incorporating these habits, roughly around 21 days into your life, you will have made these new habits familiar and embedded into that default part of your brain. So now it's going to come to a point where you don't have to think twice. First thing in the morning, you're going to have your hot water and lemon, and then you're going to make sure that you have your daily dose of water. And then next thing you know, over time, you're just going to find it's going to be easier to actually crowd out and to just essentially eliminate the sugar, the alcohol, whatever the habits are that you want to get rid of, that you know that are no longer serving you, that are really affecting your health. Now, this also really heavily ties into our limiting thoughts and our limiting beliefs. So when it comes to our limiting thoughts and beliefs, at some point in time, someone during your childhood trained you to believe what you do believe now, or to believe in a certain way, or to think a certain way. Or if it wasn't someone that you were raised by or in your life, at some point there was some kind of experience that you went through that left you feeling either A, not enough, or B, like no matter how hard you tried, it never worked out, and that you always were left like a failure in that time. So with certain experiences that we go through with life, we actually store this data, this information, into that default part of our brain. Now, if you remember earlier, I said that default part of our brain is actually running about 46.9% of the time. So almost 50% of the time, we don't really always have that chance to catch ourselves. We are just acting on autopilot. So if you have limiting thoughts and beliefs that are tied into either A, not enough, or just feeling like no matter what, you are going to fail, you are already going to predict your future subconsciously. That what's going to lead you to either A, not wanting to try at all, or B, you are going to try, you'll have all the motivation in the world when you first start, but then after a certain period of time, motivation dies off, and then your beliefs, those autopilot beliefs kick in and actually cause you to self-sabotage. So that is why at this point, if you really want to successfully just upgrade your diet, don't focus on just tearing away and eliminating. Just give yourself new thoughts that are actually working for you, new beliefs, new habits that will essentially upgrade that part of your brain. Just keep in mind, as we go throughout life, we're always learning, we're always experiencing, we're always, getting into situations that might leave us down a road where either A, we are thinking negative, thinking heavy, or just giving us these thoughts that for one that we can't do it. So it is up to us to really tune in with ourselves, to really ask ourselves, okay, if I'm struggling, because at the end of the day, we all know it's making a change is it's simple, but it's not easy. And it's simple because we know that we need to cut out A, B, C, and D, and that we need more E, F, J. We know what to do, but it's not easy because we have all of those past experiences and memories and habits embedded into that autopilot part of our brain. So at the end of the day, check in with yourself, ask yourself, okay, if I know I need to do this, why am I not doing this? What thoughts and habits are holding me back? And then also which ones can I incorporate into my life right now to really further support me in upgrading this part of my brain. Anyways, these are the 4 habits for today. If you are in a place where you feel like your energy is low, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling unmotivated with your health, you're having a hard time, and if this resonated with you, then click the link above for my 21-day life detox solution. This is the core foundation of the program. Our focus is not to eliminate any chocolate or alcohol or foods that you are feeling attached to, but the focus is rather to incorporate healthy habits to crowd out those things that are no longer serving you, or essentially just to focus on adding in more nutrients into your lifestyle and into your diet. Now, I know that changing our mind and our belief is a big part of this, so I actually give you guys in week 1 2 essential tools that actually reprogram that autopilot part of your brain. And a big part of this is training your reticular activating system. So in week 1, we will dive into that. You will have the habits that you need to really not just upgrade your diet, but to also upgrade your mindset as well. Anyways, if this feels like this is something for you, then comment down below, or you can message me privately. We can, schedule you a free consultation to dive deeper into the program and to see if this is a fit for you. Hey, Erin, thanks for joining. So a couple perks about joining the 21-day life detox solution is that once you join, you are a member for life. So you can repeat this program as many times as you'd like. The program launches live twice a year. However, you have access to your material 24/7 every day of the year. And then another perk is that you actually are a part of a community of women who are also making the same shifts and changes that you are looking to make in your life. Plus, on top of that, you have 2 coaching calls with myself, so you have further support in making your shifts and your changes in your life. And on top of that, you actually have an essential oil kit from doTERRA to further support you in just detoxifying your mind and your lifestyle as well. Anyways, I am going to hop on over into the private Hardcore Living group, and then if you are a member in my 21-day program, I will be hopping on over there just to check in with you guys since we are starting this upcoming Monday. So anyways, you guys have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Bye.